Latinos in Acción with Yesenia Taveras is your local program for information in education, health, laws, business, and more. Latinos in Acción is the only program for the Latin community in Delaware. Welcome, I'm Yesenia Taveras. Today on Latinos in Acción con Yesenia Taveras, we'll be highlighting Las Américas ASPIRA Academy, Delaware's first Spanish-English dual-language charter school. Las Américas ASPIRA Academy recently held their grand opening ceremony in front of hundreds of people, and Latinos in Acción was there to capture it. After years of planning, Las Américas ASPIRA Academy Charter School opened its doors to more than 300 students in kindergarten through 5th grade.
This all started in October 2000 when Carmen Rivera was presenting an assignment at Springfield College about bringing ASPIRA to Delaware. Unbeknownst to Carmen, across from her sat a classmate that was an employee of ASPIRA of New Jersey. In November 2000, the CEO and others from ASPIRA of New Jersey visited with members of the Delaware Governor's Advisory Council on Hispanic Affairs, then chaired by our own Dr. Jaime Rivera, to discuss ASPIRA's programming in Delaware. Early in 2001, ASPIRA of Pennsylvania was invited us to Delaware to discuss their programs. And this is the initiation of discussions about bringing programming options to Delaware, which culminated in August of 2001, when Dr. Rivera was invited to ASPIRA's Association's board meeting in New Jersey to meet ASPIRA Associate Board Chairs and Executive Directors. And this is where Friends of ASPIRA of Delaware was born.
ASPIRA Academy is located in Newark at 326 Ruther Drive and is attended by students throughout Delaware. The school is considered a tuition-free, world-class education charter school that prepares students through a dual-language, project-based learning curriculum.
As an association, as aspirantes, as parents, as community members, we also have a vision. We know that a world-class education for our children is the great equalizer. It's what makes us all equal at the end. So of all of the things that Latinos cherish, when you ask Latinos, well, what makes a difference to you? I mean, what's important to you? Invariably, they'll say, a good education for my family.
ASPIRA Academy students will become fully proficient in reading, writing, and speaking English and Spanish through immersion in both languages as they learn all subjects. Kindergarten and first grade students will receive half the day in English and half in Spanish. Upper grades will get primary teaching in English and have a Spanish language class every day for the year.
As a public school, we have to achieve the same standards as all the school districts. So we're very proud that our curriculum is actually the same curriculum that Newark Charter uses. So it actually is it exceeds the standards in many ways. So we're very proud of that. So, you know, it's definitely, we're definitely going to be able to achieve the standards, and what we're looking to do is actually exceed them.
All students will become bilingual, biliterate, and bicultural within 6 years in the program while gaining the academic, physical, social, and emotional skills to succeed in school and life. The all-day kindergarten and first grade classes will experience immersion from the start because these students are at the ideal age to learn 2 languages simultaneously. Spanish is one of the most important languages of the world. Learning Spanish is of utmost importance for all of us. ASPIRA's mission is to empower our youth through education and leadership development. Learning a second language or improving our Spanish language communication skills is a vital component of the empowerment process. The demand for a dual language charter school has already outpaced the available seats for the 2011-2012 school year, and a waiting list is already in place.
Each one of our students will be a leader, and what's interesting is that one of our staff members is actually an aspirante. He was the first aspirante of Delaware, so it's giving back. So what we're doing is building the future leaders, and when they graduate, they will be aspirantes, and then they will reach back to the community and help. So we're creating this network, and it's just going to continue to multiply and multiply.
The excitement of the first day for the new school seemed to cross from staff to students.
What's overwhelming is the response that we've received from the community. So the Hispanic families that said, we want a school like this because we want our child to not forget their Spanish. And the non-Hispanic families to say, my child doesn't speak any Spanish, we don't speak any Spanish, but we know it's important, so we want them to learn it. And that's, and then coming from all over. Many families are, driving their child here, whatever it takes, because they're choosing them to come here. That's very powerful. And with that, they've shown me already their level of commitment. They've been here volunteering. They really want to be a part of the school.
To promote school pride and safety, improve discipline, and enhance the learning environment, ASPIRA Academy has instituted a school uniform policy. The dress code will help create a culture of fairness and unity among students, staff, and families, and will allow students to focus on academic achievement. Backpacks filled with school supplies have already been donated by AstraZeneca and DuPont. ASPIRA Academy opened its doors with 315 students in kindergarten through 5th grade. Over the next 3 years, it expects to grow to an enrollment of 600 to 630 students in a K-8 program. Plans are to continue growth at the school, adding a grade to the site each year as students advance.
We hope to continue to grow. Really, our capacity is dictated by the size of the building. So, after 4 years, we hope that we can find a larger building and we can increase our enrollment. And down the road, we hope to be able to then create other ASPIRA academies, not just in Newcastle County, but the other counties, especially Sussex County, where there's a need for a school like this for the community down there. So the hope is for continued growth. And we hope that we'll also help pave the way for some other schools that could be also doing similar things. It doesn't have to be necessarily ASPIRA doing it, but other communities. So I fully support that.
Since its founding, ASPIRA has provided 500,000 youth with the personal resources they need to remain in school and contribute to their community. ASPIRA Academy is a direct growth of the mission of ASPIRA of Delaware Incorporated, a nonprofit organization devoted solely to the education and leadership development of Latino youth. ASPIRA of Delaware is a member of the ASPIRA Association, the largest national Latino organization in the United States, serving the Latino community since 1961.
Today, ASPIRA is the largest national Hispanic organization in the United States. Serving over 40,000 students, 10,000 students in 13 charter schools across the country. This year we celebrated our 50th anniversary. 50 years of serving the Latino youth and serving the Latino community. That is quite an accomplishment. And ASPIRA is recognized as one of the main advocacy organizations for Hispanics in the United States.
ASPIRA takes its name from the Spanish verb aspirar, which means aspire in English. Aspired to address the exceedingly high dropout rate and low educational attainment of Hispanic youth, ASPIRA has worked at the grassroots level to provide programs that encourage Hispanic students to stay in school, prepare them to succeed in the education arena, develop their leadership skills, and serve their community.
The state of Delaware, the nation, desperately needs organizations to model educational programs for English language learners. Every school in the nation, no matter where it is struggling with how do we address young English language learners. And there are Latino parents that grew up in this country whose children don't speak Spanish that are saying, well, how do I deal with my child growing up as a bilingual, bicultural, biliterate individual? So our vision at ASPIRA in each of our schools is to have an impact on education on the public school next door and on the public school in Iowa, okay, who's struggling and working hard to get our children educated.
ASPIRA of Delaware Incorporated is implementing the ASPIRA programs across the state as the right vehicle at the right time to support closing the Hispanic achievement gap. ASPIRA of Delaware is supported by ASPIRA's 50-year track record of success in promoting educational achievement and personal growth for Hispanic youth and their families. ASPIRA of Delaware is committed to developing youth and community programs that include youth leadership development, academic and career advisement, tutoring and mentoring, financial education, cultural awareness programs, health and safety programs, and parental engagement.
Whenever there is a parent involvement, when the parent is attending the open houses, when the parent is really on the computer, finally trying to find out what the assignment is, what the homework is, what has to be done, what did happen in school that day, what did not happen in school that day, that child is going to perform. That child is going to do much, much better. So I encourage all of you to please get involved, come to school, volunteer your time, know who your teacher is, know what the problems are, so that your youngster can be more successful in the process that is going to take place here in Aspira.
Delaware has experienced explosive growth of its Hispanic population in the past decade. The educational attainment of Hispanics lags significantly behind that of non-Hispanics. Moreover, many Hispanic students have the added burden of having limited English proficiency. While there are efforts underway in Delaware to address the achievement gap between Hispanics and non-Hispanics, there exists no statewide Hispanic youth-serving educational organization that can provide the supplemental services to Hispanic youth and their parents to ensure the success of the efforts of the educational establishment. ASPIRA of Delaware has conducted statewide focus groups to assess the educational needs of the Latino community. 4 critical points regarding school-aged children in Delaware were identified by the focus groups: the appearance of a growing transient student population, the lack of structured after-school programs, poor parenting skills and a lack of quality parental involvement, and school and parent partnerships to promote school success. Approved by the Delaware Department of Education and the State Board of Education, Las Américas ASPIRA Academy has made tremendous strides over the years, but much of its success could not have been possible without the vision and effort of ASPIRA's founder.
For a person living in Puerto Rico in those days, New York was like something that you aspire to go to. To me, New York was Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire's in the movies. And went around looking through the paper and found a job in a lamp factory. I felt like I had committed a mistake, and this was, I used to cry at night and think, what am I going to do now? I started to say to myself, okay, you came here to make a life, and you have to now find a way to do it. I returned to school. I went to Hunter College. When I graduated, I met this young man. This conversation with this young Puerto Rican New Yorker was the beginning of the idea of ASPIRA. I remember him saying, you know, I sit in the back of the room and I try for the teacher not to see me, because if she doesn't see me, she won't call on me. And this, you know, we knew that this is the beginning of dropping out. So, and this was the story of our youth. At the core of my heart and my dedication is ASPIRA. So that, to me, ASPIRA is like, if I die tomorrow, it's okay, because I did ASPIRA. And that is my contribution, the real important contribution. The institution and the people, the young people that have come out of it. And that's it.
For information on how your child can become a student at Las Américas ASPIRA Academy, call 302-292-1463 or visit their website at www.aspiraacademy.org. If you would like to be a part of the ASPIRA movement, contact ASPIRA of Delaware at 302-478-8332 or at www.aspirade.org. That was the highlight of today's show. If you have a great story idea or event you would like featured on Latinos in Acción con Yesenia Taveras, send me an email or give me a call at 302-576-2119. I'm Yesenia Taveras. Thank you for watching and have a great day.
I miss your heart.